Hello everyone, my name is Moses Njuguna, a private wealth manager at Nabo Capital. Today I'm at Utawala Deliverance Church, where I'm attending men's conference, and I'll be speaking about financial redemption through passive income. I look forward to share the insights on investment matters, how to build wealth for the generations, and I hope your life will be transformed as you watch the videos. Thank you. What does the word of God say? That he gives the seed to the sower and the bread to the eater. So are you an eater, or are you sowing that seed? Or is the money coming to spend all of it and then we go look for more money tomorrow? You know? So financial freedom, it will come through passive income. Next. This is an income versus age graph, whereby your income and how your age is moving. Between year 0 to 20, 25 there, this is the time you are dependent. You are in college, you are starting your internship. Between 25 there, 30, to between 55 to 60, it is what we call accumulation phase. That phase is where you are earning active income. You are working. The person who is doing all this work will take care of the person who's starting between 55 going all the way 60, 80. That is what we call a spending phase. And what will run you through that phase of your life, it is your passive income. So when you're working in this period of between 25, 30 all the way to 50, this is the accumulation phase. You are setting aside, you are setting aside. You are getting paid as a salary, you are doing a business, you are setting something aside that will take care of the next person on the retirement phase. The quality of life on the other side will depend on what you are doing on the accumulation phase of your life. Very important. We go next. So we have two people here with a different, what we call mindset or mentality. Because the way we do our businesses, the way we go about the relationship we have our money, it is mostly on the mindset that you were taught about money. And growing up, we didn't have this experience, we didn't have this information. Maybe luckily you got this information earlier, but people are also learning this information as of today, and even as with the time. And right now you have advantage of the technology. You can go to a YouTube channel, like we have a very YouTube channel that has a reach of information, Nabo Capital. You can learn about money matters. Yeah. So when you talk about, we have two people here, consumer and an investor. Consumer mentality, what does that person do? They get a gross income, the tax man takes their portion. Literally, you are supposed to be paid gross, and then you go pay the KRA their money, but they don't trust you. They take their share first, and then they give you. Because if you are given that money as a gross, definitely will not pay the tax man. So what does the tax man does? They tap from the source. Then whatever is left, on the consumer mentality, what they do, first of all, we are believers and we believe, pay your tithes and your offerings. Tick. Then next, what do we do on the consumer mentality? We start paying rent, you have mortgages, you are servicing, pay. When you pay the mortgage, the money goes to who? To the bank or the landlord when you pay rent. When you do shopping, you go to a Carrefour, the money goes to who? To the owner of the business. When you go transport or you're fueling your car, the money goes to who? To the owner of the petrol station. When you do entertainment, you take your family out for a dinner or for a lunch, the money goes to who? To the owner of the restaurant. When with friends, there's a friends, family, and black tax. When you give that money, the 2,000 you had in your M-Pesa and you send them for support, that money goes to who? For them. You're working for them. Portion of your income is going to them. It's okay. When you are servicing your loan, the money is going to the bank or to the circle or microfinance, depending on where you're borrowing. Then we have another. So by that time, the consumer is done. When they have done all those, they have paid all those people, they are done now. Let's go look for more money. Then we have another versus investor mentality, who says the first thing they're getting their money, the taxman get their portion, they pay their tithes and support the work of God and philanthropy. The next thing, they pay themselves. Pay yourself. We are coming to build a passive income. How are we going to build a passive income? By paying ourselves. You have to pay yourself first. And this definition, when I ask people about paying yourself, people have different definitions. They will say, I've worked so hard for the money, I deserve to go for a holiday. I deserve to eat well. I deserve to dress well. No, that's supposed to be in your budget. When you budget clothing, entertainment, and all that. Paying yourself should be money that you are setting aside for investment that is growing, so that a year later you can see the value of that money. But if you are paying yourself by feeling good today, a year later, are you going to look back and say, I paid myself well January, I went for this holiday, I'm still feeling good at the end of the year. But if you have an investment that has grown and you can see value for your money, that is what we call paying yourself. So the investor mentality, they pay themselves first. And how much is the government taking from you? Almost 35% there. You need to pay yourself. You can even say, I'm paying myself 20. Depending on the level of commitment where you are. You have children who are going to school, maybe you're heading to retirement, or you are young, where you can even commit 70% of your income to paying yourself, to setting aside for tomorrow. And then now start paying others. Whatever remains after you paid yourself, now share with the rest. Mortgage, rent, transport, you share with all those people. But the first thing, you paid yourself. Next. Next slide. So you pay yourself. And when you pay yourself, what are you doing? You are investing. That money should not stay idle in the bank. You know, some people working in the bank here, they can tell you the credit creation, it is the money that you leave in your account. When you look, the money is, you see, I have 200,000. That money is not there. The money is with the person who is doing hardware business. She went and took that money, she bought a lorry, she is expanding her business. But you can see the balance in the bank is 200 and you feel like you're happy. The money is not there. Someone else has already is working with your money. So never keep your money idle in the bank. You better have it in something I will introduce to you called money market fund, where it's earning interest, where you can be able to access that money. And I'm not against the businesses, the bank's business. They are potential employers and they employ big numbers and all that, but I'm here to do what you call financial redemption. And I have to show you the value of your money. So when you pay yourself, invest that money. You can invest in the real estate, in the treasury bills. I understand there was someone who spoke about bonds and treasury bills and money market funds, equities. These are stocks. You can invest there where the money is growing. When the money is invested, it generates an income. Yeah, this income is in form of either dividends. Maybe you are in a circle, you're getting some dividends at the end of the year. You are about some stocks, you're getting, the company has announced the profit and they are giving the dividends. You are earning, you are in an investment like a money market, you are earning a return of, let's say, 16% currently on a compounded. Another thing I'll talk more is a compounding interest, where this interest is being compounded. And then this is now what we are calling a passive income. You started by paying yourself, you have invested the money has come back to you because you paid others. You paid yourself before you pay others, and this you are paying yourself has been invested, is generating for you a passive income. This passive income now can go to funding your expenses. Yeah? You want to have a holiday? Your account, your investment account can take care of that. You're not spending on your seed capital. You're not spending on the salary, but as a result of what your money is working hard for you. That's why you can afford a holiday. And your investment is Moses and the team and the rest, they are working on your portfolio. And this is something we do for many people. Every month we pay them an income. There's one even who changes cars in 3 years. Every 3 years, she has to change a car from what we pay that client. She said, I don't want to drive old cars. 3 years, I'm changing my car from what you are building. So we build a portfolio for her. Every month we are generating a good amount of interest for that client. Every 3 years she has a strategy. Another one is education. Every term education is taken care of by the interest. So you can build this portfolio, and I'll talk more about it next. So paying yourself. So how do you pay yourself if you don't plan your money? Do you have a budget? When I ask people this question, we all have the answer. I know my budget of head. Shopping, transport, clothing, entertainment, and all that, and my money is done. An investor ought to have a budget. It is work. As we have said, this is a process. A budget, financial planning. When we talk of the company, we talk of the corporate finance. How does a company raise money? How does a company spend money? And a company has a budget for financial year. Even the government, June, this month, the financial year, you see the financial year of the government has started. The budget says what? We have this money from the revenue, the taxes. These are the expenses we have as a government, and we have a deficit. We don't have enough money. What do? We can collect money from the Kenyans, introduce a tax, raise more money. You as an individual, if you have a deficit budget, what do? You have no one to go out there and tax. So you end up, maybe you borrow. Sometimes you find yourself borrowing because the expenses are higher than the level of the income you have. So you'll always find yourself with KCB, M-Pesa, Fuliza, what. And debt is addictive. It may seem small. It may seem like 5,000. You are borrowing at 10% or at 7%. But able to do the math of every month you are borrowing 5,000 at a return of, let's say, like 7.5 in a year. You are looking at borrowing 60,000 at 84%. Like you borrowed 60,000 in a year. It's very small. It's 5K only. Every month you realize I have a deficit of 5,000 in my budget. What do? I have an online platform, borrow 5K. But I'm borrowing at a rate of, let's say, 7.5. Right now it's even almost 10%. And these apps are everywhere. The borrower, we call them online borrower. They are popping up everywhere, popping up. So you end up borrow here, borrow here. When you see this one is about to kick you out and you might be listed on the CRB, you borrow here, pay here. It is addictive. Debt is addictive. So you find yourself in that cycle. You'll not even think of investment. Why? Because you are getting into a hole, and always we tell you, if you find yourself in that hole, stop digging deeper. Stop, and you need a help. You need to stop there. Yeah, you need an investment advisor. The way you have a doctor, the way you have a lawyer, the way you have a police in case you have a problem on the road, you need an investment doctor. You need an investment advisor in your life. Sometimes we say, we know these things. I know about money. I am a professional. Even myself, with my experience, I have an advisor. I sit with him and I'm like, what do we do about this education portfolio for my children? Where do I get this money from in my budget? And he tells me these are the reality. And I have the experience, 10 years of investment. I have these CFAs, I have the whatever. I know about money. But telling the reality, like talking to myself, Moses, this is what you need to do. I have an accountability. You do have an accountable partner, financial accountability. Do you have someone who can walk with you? You can share the vision that you are looking for. So it is a journey, and we are here to start this journey. Next. So financial planning, next. It involves budgeting. In financial planning, you are taking all your resources, your income, your active income. Do you have a passive income? Do you have a business that gives you maybe 10,000 or 20,000? Can you add that? Do you have a skill that you can monetize? Yeah? Maybe you can be able to write. You can take something extra on your weekend when you have free time. What do you do with your skill? Maybe you can do consulting in your area and raise an extra income. So what I'm advocating today, it is that you have a budget, but this budget should tell you that you need to increase your means of making money, streams of income. Our pastor Lucy has said she has a chicken business. She's having some chicken at home. That's a source of an income. on top of what she's doing every day. This is a source of income. What can you do with your free time and the resources available to you? So, budget and financial planning should tell you, you assess the resources you have, you create a strategy to achieve those financial objectives over a period of time. Time is of essence, and never be told of getting rich overnight. No, investment is a journey. It can take you even 10 years. It can even take you 15 years or 20 years. It involves one current financial situation. You identify the goals and the needs and develop a plan how to achieve those goals. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, and may God bless you.